Thokozani, GogoweSthembu lo. Dear Black child, life is simply a journey, but this journey is not simple, and it is different for each and every one of us. I think one of the things di dirang gore re be confused mo bophelong ke gore re nyaka gore maphelo a rena re wa compare le the next person. Impilo yomunye umuntu ayifani nale yakho. Especially this message goes to abafazi, rena basadi. Life is not a competition. And if you do run your life from, competing, let it be competing with yourself to become a better version of yourself. And understand, Ugusi, for you to become a better version of yourself, it means that you must be willing to become. And to become means that you must die of self for you to assume a new, better version of yourself. Tina, we want shortcuts. We think that life is about perfection. When I wrote my book, one of the things that I said in it was speaking about the Japanese philosophy of ikinzugi, where it speaks about the potteries being broken and then they had to be rebuilt one by one for it to go back to what it is. And that golden seam that goes around, that shows the imperfection of that remade cup, means Uguti, that cup is now imperfect. But for some reason, the Japanese people, they want to embrace that imperfection. Tina, as abantu abamnyama, we don't want to embrace imperfection. We want to embrace anything that is white, better than who we are. And that is the greatest loss of African people. Mhlazana si understand ukuthi we are in the journey of restoring souls. We are all recycled souls, and we are restoring the true Africanism of who we are and who we want the next generations to become. We will no longer worry about having to be perfect or having to look like certain people, because we understand ukuthi I'm never going to be like the next people. We spend so much time wanting to interfere with how other people's lives must be that we lose opportunities, to correct and learn in our own journey. If we continue to compete as women, we lose the opportunity to become the nurturers and build the next generation to its full capacity and potential. We think beauty is on the outside, guys. The beauty on the outside is completely useless if you cannot carry the beauty inside you and be able to build the next person and build a legacy that will become sustainable in the long run. That is the most important thing. The rest of the things that are put here, they are put here so that zigdons the left, right, and center and move you from the main focus. One of the things I said is that as we grow up, I realize, Uguti, our upbringing, but it brings lessons. Our upbringing comes up with so many confusions of what is right or what is wrong or what is better, what is worse. But for some reason, it is always the Black child who is always coming last. Why is that? Why is there so much effort in making sure Africanism, being Black, means that you're not good enough? Surely there must be gold there. Surely there must be treasure there. People who are in power, who have the economy in their hands, cannot spend so much time trying to show us that for us to become better people, we need to change our hair. For us to become better people, we need to change our skin tone. There is no way so much can be invested financially, emotionally, spiritually, and otherwise to try and take us away from who we are. That means if we continue to invest in ourselves, to show up as our true self, it means we are a threat, Mos. So why is it that we should then follow what they tell us? When is there going to be, a time where Black people do things their way, the way they want? Why can't we take a chance of being Black, whatever that means? A lot of people are also still struggling when it comes to the issue of Christianity and Africanism. Some are even complaining, no, there's no such thing as African spirituality. It's just spirituality. There's no such thing as Christian values. There's no such thing as a God. In the end, it is about coming la emhlabeni and showing up as yourself, connecting with the higher power, whatever that means for you. If you're going to spend a lot of time ulalela uGogoweSthembu akutshela ukuthi umuthi kumele uhlanganise this one and this one in order for you to become your greater self. If you're listening to GogoweSthembu telling you, no, impepho asimelanga siyishise la, kumele siyishise la, uyogcina ungayishisanga leyo mpepho. Because even as African people, we don't know what it is to be truly African. So how can we then teach the next people what is it to be African? We are all in the journey of understanding who our people used to be. What can we learn from them? There isn't a lot of literature of people back then compared to the Bible that tells us this is what happened to Abraham. Angazi what happened 7, 10 generations before that, because it is not really written. So in order for me to understand the journey of my people and the lineage, that would happen inside out, not outside inside. That means I have to learn to have a spiritual ear, something that we should learn to have. We need to shut down the worldly noise. Or wherever you meditate, shut out the noise. Listen to what is speaking to you. If you are shisimpepho outside again, you do that. Even if they told you impepho ayishiswa guphi guphi, ishisela wena, your spirit tells you must do it. And if it is wrong, it shall come back and teach you, and you would have learned a lesson. But the moment we want to run around and listen to everything, we end up not learning anything. The same when it comes to marriage. The reason why there'll continue to be the divorce rate being so high over and over again is because we are after perfection, which we do not even know the picture of how perfection looks like. In marriage, we want to idealize other people's marriage because we see them taking beautiful pictures with his and hers, but we don't know the battles that they fight behind closed doors. So you're going to idolize or model something that is actually not going to work for you. Instead of spending so much time working on your marriage, when Bonnie and Clyde. Bonnie and Clyde have their own journey. When as no banban, you also have your journey. Mhlazana si understand ukuthi life is about me first, understanding what my journey is, so that I can be able to walk, side by side with the next person. Then we would have never figured anything in life. If you figure out to go to ubani, the next time you invite someone else on your table or in your space, you know that your space requires for you to this and this ibeganje. And the next person comes in, what is it that you're also willing to shift around? But certain things stay as they are. Tina, we want to love from other people. It's like you're looking for yourself in the next person, whether it's a man or it's a woman. And so because of we never know who we are, it becomes problematic. Mawufika lapha uthi indoda must love you the way you want to be loved. Yet you don't even know how you want to be loved. You can't love you the way you want to be loved. How do you expect the next person to love you? Or vice versa. No, but I want this person to love this person with their love language. What then if they haven't figured it out? It's a journey. We need to learn to meet each other halfway. But for some reason, this generation is not willing to compromise. If you're not willing to compromise, I'm not speaking about compromising for indoor or for umfaz, compromising even for thyself to step into your true self. So let's hope that if anything, you forget anything, is that if you feel this is how you connect to the higher power, do that until such a time where you understand you're in the next journey of life where that no longer makes sense, but you have learned what you needed to learn, and then you move forward. This is life. You have one life only, but that doesn't mean you need to be irresponsible. It just means show up as yourself. That mhlazana isikhathi sakho siphelile, you say, but I have left a legacy for my children and my community, and I've lived my life to the fullest. GogoweSthembu. Hello, polygamy.